Once you pass journal entry, you need to provide the text as much as possible so that the third person can understand it, what exactly the entry meant for.
Okay.
Yep. And the next
Yeah.
accounting is land account debit and NBD account credit.
Okay. First, there was a capital inflow, right? So that's the entry. The
Yes, yes. This is
debit
for
the
capital inflow.
yeah. Okay.
We received an NBD. Then we used
Mhm.
NBD money to purchase land.
Ah, okay. So land comes in. The land asset comes
Yes. And we purchased some of office supplies amounting 1350.
in.
We did not pay them. Therefore, it is accounts payable.
Okay.
If we had paid by cash, would have taken as cash, or if it have
Cash.
issued by check, would have written as NBD.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. And the later date, you paid a partial amount, 900 out of 1350.
Okay. 50%. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Next, NBD account debit or revenues account credit. You generated some revenues.
Okay.
Now
Okay.
you paid some expenses using a single mode of payment. Yeah.
For cash.
A single mode of payment.
Okay.
Mode of payment is check. You might have written a check for 3650 and they paid all these amounts.
Mm, okay.
If you have any transactions like this, which means more debit but one credit, or one debit but more credits, or more debits or more credits, where you have more than one incidence either in debit or credit, we call it as compound entry.
Yeah. Okay.
Compound entry. A compound entry, the total should always again be the same, debit total and credit total.
Correct.
So if you take the total here 3650 and here
Mhm.
as well 3650.
So okay.
Yeah. Next, here this kind of transactions happen in medium and big enterprises. Why? Because in most of the organizations, the office supplies, you need to have some uh, what we call uh, a control. Like you buy cartridges, you buy various other costly items in the office for consumption.
Okay.
That might be pen, paper, etc., etc.
Okay.
Most of the companies, what they do is when they buy, they expense it, like office expenses or printing and stationery, and debit, then credit bank account.
Mm.
But few companies they record it as an asset, temporary asset, like 1350 we recorded here in this entry, and at the end of the month we see the what is the closing balance. Okay, so in this
So.
company we purchased worth 1350,
Mm-hmm.
1350, and
Mm-hmm.
somebody reported, who is the controller of this office supplies, reported that 550 is the closing balance. He'll give the report for this 550
Okay.
by counting the closing inventory.
Mhm. Okay.
So what is the material value of material consumed, Anish?
800. 800.
800. This 800 should be recorded as expense. This is the total
We
value of
record.
purchase.
Mm-hmm.
This is the amount closing stock, which will go to the next month as
Opening
opening
stock.
inventory.
Mm-hmm.
Then this amount is to be expensed in this month.
Okay.
Is
So
it clear?
debit your office expense. Yeah. So debit
Yeah.
your office
So
expense. Clear. Credit
and
your.
office supplies should be credited. Why? Because office supplies was debited by
Mm.
1350,
Cut credit.
which will be reduced accordingly based on the
Yeah.
closing stock reported.
Okay. Okay.
Fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes the partners or the owners might take some amount for their personal expenses,
Mm-hmm.
which is not a business expense,
Their own expenses.
their own expenses.
Okay,
They are
got it.
eligible to take because they spend money for the company purpose and the money is blocked, but at the same time, there should be record for that.
Correct.
Okay. We open an
Yeah.
account called drawings account
Mm-hmm.
or current account. You can
So
either
there's
create
an also
drawings
called a current
account
account. Huh?
or current account.
Okay.
So name current account should be there so that you will have number of current accounts on the basis of number of people.
Okay. Is it the same as the bank current account? No.
Uh, uh, that is different. That is a nature of account operated by bank. But this current account, a partner's current account, which means it is a temporary account which
Got it.
fluctuates on daily basis based on in and out of cash flow.
It makes sense. Okay.
Anish?
Yes, sir. Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. And this payment is done from NBD. So we credited NBD.
Mm. Yeah.
This is a process we do from the front end and the back
Okay.
end. The ledgers are prepared like this by the computer. Can you see
Okay.
here,
Yeah. 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 Got it.
Anish?
Yes, I can see.
You can see this, right?
Yeah.
See, this is a ledger of NBD. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Each and every
Got it.
account will have a ledger for the summary of the transactions. For
Mm.
example, here how you posted. This is a journal, right? This is a
Yeah.
journal.
Yeah.
A journal will have two accounts, at least two account, one debit, one credit,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
This is called a journal. A journal will have at least one debit and one credit.
Mm-hmm.
One debit, one credit at least. From this
Okay.
journal, we need to post these amounts to the respective accounts.
Okay.
Okay. So say for
Okay.
example, we have here NBD account and we have here Steve's capital account.
Okay.
This is NBD debit side and this is credit side. Say for example,
Mm.
this is debit side of NBD and the other one is credit side of NBD. Okay, here also we have Steve's capital account, debit side and credit side. Anish, this is called ledger posting. From journal, we
Okay.
have to post them to the ledger. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Now, this is in fact taken care by the system itself, computer itself.
Okay.
Okay. But let's
Okay.
see how it works. At the end of the day, computer is not the one which is going to decide. We are going to decide. It is written in the
Yeah.
program itself, isn't it?
Correct.
But
Correct.
how it is posted, the practicality. NBD account is to be posted into NBD here. Okay.
Mm. Yeah.
And NBD account is in debit side, right?
Yes, that's right.
So debit
It goes to
side
the
we
credit.
should write Steve's capital, the other account name. Steve's capital and the amount is 50,000. Done
Yeah.
this way. And this account is now posted. Now Steve's capital account is not yet been posted, right? So
Correct.
Steve's capital account is here
Credited. Credited.
and
Yeah.
it should be on the credit side. NBD
Mm-hmm.
50,000. This is called ledger posting.
Good.
So likewise, all the postings are done by system itself, but in few companies, the GL posting is done by a superior once the day
Mm.
end process is carried out by him.
Yeah.
Fine. Okay, that
Yeah.
way the ledgers are prepared here. NBD account, debit side 50,000 from this, and Steve's capital account credit side 50,000.
Okay.
Next account, land account.
So for each and everything, there must be a ledger, no?
Yes, yes. Each and everything must be posted. Then otherwise you will not get a trial balance tallied. So land account NBD. Then NBD, land account is debited with NBD, right?
Yeah.
Therefore, NBD account should be credited with land.
Yeah.
There should be a double impact.
Correct.
Next, office supplies 1350.
Sorry,
Office.
sorry to interrupt you.
Yep.
Yeah, you said land was debited with NBAD 20%.
Yeah.
So the same entry should have an effect in the NBAD account also.
NBD. Yeah. You're right.
So if you show that NBAD account,
Yeah.
that has to come into the credit side, right?
Credit side here. Here it is.
Got got it. Got it.
Can you see this one?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. It should come. Otherwise, the posting is wrong, and trial balance won't match with each other, debit and
Valid.
credit.
Yeah, yeah,
Then office supplies debit. Let's
yeah.
go to office supplies. Office supplies debit accounts payable. Now you tell me where is the impact of this debit here?
The, uh, okay, that's on the accounts payable, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on the debit side.
Here it is on debit side, but where will be having a second effect?
On the office supplies.
This is office supplies account.
Okay,
This itself is office supplies account in which accounts payable is debited.
okay.
What will be the second effect
Look at the credit side, the expense,
of
office supplies.
office supplies account? Okay. See,
Yeah, yeah, office
office
supplies account. Yeah.
office sup. No, no, no. In accounts payable. See,
Yeah.
office supplies is debited with accounts payable.
Correct. Okay.
Accounts payable should be credited by office supplies.
Yes, yes, yes,
This amount and
yes.
this
Correct,
amount. Okay.
correct, 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 correct.
Are you getting me?
Okay. Yes, got it. Got it.
Okay. Next journal is accounts payable debit NBD credit. Accounts payable we have account here. Accounts payable NBD debit 950. What is the second effect, Anish?
Um, okay. NBAD
NBD
accounts payable. Accounts payable.
credit side or debit side?
The credit side, 950.
Excellent. Let us check. Credit side is there or not? Accounts payable 900. 900 or 950? 950.
950.
950. Yep.
Yeah.
Next one. It should be 950, I think. Yeah.
Mm.
NBD debit revenues credit. So NBD debit revenues. Clear?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next. What is the next account which should be credited? Revenues account.
The revenues account, yeah. And that will
Revenues
be credit
account.
side. Yeah?
Yeah. So revenues account, credit side, NBD. Yep. Fantastic.
Indeed. So,
Next account. Next account is a combined entry. wages, rent,
Yes.
utilities, miscellaneous to one check
Mm. Balance.
3650.
Yes.
So ledgers will be wages debit, rent debit, utilities debit, miscellaneous expenses debit. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then NBD will be credited with all these expenses, wages to this. Or else
Yeah.
you can write miscellaneous accounts check number. The total is this much. Wages to miscellaneous expenses account.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fine. The next one is office expenses debit, office supplies account credit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now let's see the
Yeah.
ledger. Office expenses should be debited by that
Debited.
much money.
Office expenses. Yeah. To be debited.
Office expenses is here. Office expenses is here. Office supplies 800. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
office supplies account should be credited by office expenses with 800, right?
Yeah.
Office supplies.
That there.
Office supplies is here. Office expenses account, not supplies account. That's an error. Yeah. Office expenses account 800. Yeah.
Mm. Mm.
Okay. Next. Last entry. Drawings account debit, NBD account credit.
Yeah.
Ledgers will be drawings account debit NBD here. And the next entry would
One
be
sec. Credit.
NBD, right?
FBA. Yeah.
Yeah, NBD
FBA.
credited. NBD credited 2000. Now,
Okay.
what we have done so far is generalizing,
Transactions
generalizing.
in the ledger.
Next is ledger posting. We have done ledger posting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, closure of ledgers. That is called balancing the ledgers. Balancing. Yeah. How do you
Yeah.
balance it? Balancing system automatically takes care of because the formula is written like that. Highest should be taken first. From the highest amount, lowest amount would be taken out.
Yeah.
Say for example, these are all December balances
Okay.
or November balances as per the exercise. November 30th, these are the totals on debit side. How much is that? 57,500.
Mm.
We should write the same on the credit side and deduct these balances. This total balance is here 26,600 on the credit side, right?
Okay.
This
Yeah.
is the amount. This is the total of these transactions.
Well,
And it makes sense. Anish, here, NBD, we deposited 50,000 and we deposited 7,500. So bank owes us 57,500, right?
yeah.
And we made payments from bank this way 29, 52, 125, etc., etc., including 2000. The total payments we made from the bank account is 26,600.
Mm-hmm.
So the balance on 30th November should have been 30,900
Mm.
as per our books.
Yeah.
Is it clear?
Okay. Yeah.
This will become opening balance to December 1st.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
The same way I closed the accounts 50,000. I took the total 50,000 here, 50,000 here. Nothing is there to deduct here. Therefore, I took it as balance carry forward on November 30th. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah.
And December December 1st, it is the opening balance on the opposite side.
Correct.
The same way here as well. 20,000, land account 20,000, here 20,000, carry down 20,000, 20,000. Say for example, if I sell a piece of land for 5,000, here I should write bank 5,000, yeah, and
Yeah.
I'll have a closing balance of 15,000. 15,000 will be opening balance.
Okay.
Is it clear, Anish?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. The next one is office supplies account. I closed it. See, 1350 is the highest amount. I wrote here, here
Mm-hmm.
as well. This is the grand total here, and I deducted
Mm-hmm.
800 here. 550 is
Yeah.
the balance.
Yeah.
550 will be used in December 1st, on December 1st onwards. Next, accounts
Okay.
payable. How much we purchased office supplies? 1350.
1,350.
And how much I paid them?
And
950.
950.
So balance is showing as 400.
One.
So on December the 1st, I will have a balance of 400 yet to be
Mm-hmm.
paid.
Okay.
Revenues. I collected a revenue of 7,500, close it, and it is transferred to next month as opening balance.
Okay.
Wages as well. One more thing, Anish. What did we
Mm-hmm.
discuss about nominal account rule? Nominal account, you remember? Nominal account rule.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Rule in nominal account, please.
Yeah. All expenses and losses to be debited.
Oh, good, good.
Debit all
All
expenses and losses.
expenses, losses
Losses.
should be debited, and credit
Incomes and
all
gains.
incomes and
And gains.
gains. See, revenue is an income, right?
Correct.
Income will have credit balance always.
Correct.
Wages is an expense, debit balance.
Okay.
Rent expense, debit.
Debit
Utilities
balance.
expense, debit. Miscellaneous expense is an expense, debit. Like this.
Mm-hmm.
Is it clear?
Correct.
Once we post the ledger and balance them, we need to prepare a trial balance.
Mm-hmm.
Trial balance is not required for external reporting, but to prepare the financial
Internal.
statements, we need to have a trial balance. Trial
Yeah.
balance shows us the accuracy in ledger posting and balancing.
Yeah. Then why is it not taken as a final? It is also showing that you cannot, yeah, conclude trial balance as there's an accounting theory, that it is not exactly, the trial balance cannot be. You know, what do I say for that?
Yeah, trial balance. See, trial balance is only for internal reporting purpose to check the accuracy in ledger posting. A bank, for example, is asking you financial statements. They want to see your performance, that is through profit and loss account. Yeah,
Mm.
whether you are earning good amount of profit or not because they lent you money. The second financial statement is balance sheet, which shows the assets and liabilities of your business, which is what they wanted. But the trial balance
Mhm.
just shows the closing balances of ledger accounts, whether the total of debits is equivalent to credits total or not.
Correct.
So it is not mandatory for external reporting,
Okay.
and it is very important for us to prepare financial reports internally.
Okay.
Yep. And the trial
Yeah.
balance formula is this is a format of trial balance. You will have a
Yeah.
company trial balance for the year ended.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the debit
Yeah.
amount, credit amount, account title.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah, this way. This is the format. Any company, whether it is micro or macro, you will have assets
Mm-hmm.
on debit side, liabilities on credit side, expenses
Mm-hmm.
on debit side, incomes on credit side. So A L
Mm.
E I, A debit, L credit, E debit, I credit, and the total of debit should match with the total of credit.
No. So assets and liability, no, assets and expenses will be
Excellent.
debited, right?
So assets and expenses should be debited.
Assets
Debit.
and expenses should be debited.
Yeah.
The
And
assets actually assets are a debit balance, right?
always should have debit balance
Okay.
because they hold some amount. There should be a debit balance. Even if it is not there, it should become zero, but we cannot say that there is a credit balance in asset account, which is impossible.
Okay.
Which is impossible.
So okay. Now when you hear the term asset, it means that there's no negativity in it because we are positive
Never,
that
never, never. No asset will
okay.
have a negative amount.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. 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 Okay.
And the rule is what? Trial balance rule is debit
Asset.
totals,
Mm-hmm.
total of debits equals to total of
Equal to
credits.
total of rate.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you can read any kind of trial balance, you will find the same, like assets debit, liabilities credit, expenses debit, incomes credit.
Okay.
Okay. So our trial balance from the ledgers we can fill in here. We can fill in here ledgers. Say for
Mm-hmm.
example, what is the balance here?
3900.
Okay. So let us prepare the trial balance here from here itself.
Mm. Yeah.
Trial balance NBD. NBD, the bank balance, right? Is
Yeah.
an asset. So
Correct.
debit side,
Debit
isn't
side.
it?
Correct.
Okay. Next one is what? Capital. Capital is given by whom? Steve. He is the owner,
Steve. Yeah.
but
Correct.
not the business, right? Business is different from businessman.
Oh no. Yeah.
So Steve capital.
Steve's cap. Mm.
It is on credit side,
Correct. Yes.
50,000.
Correct.
Next account is what? Land account.
Land. Land account.
Land is an asset, right?
Correct. 30,000.
Asset will be always debit side, no?
Correct.
Debit side. So land is 20,000. Next account is what? Office supplies account. Office
Office
supplies
supplies.
closing balance is 550. It is an asset.
Yeah. Yeah. 550.
550.
So it will be a debit side. Yeah.
Yes, debit side. Next, accounts payable. Accounts payable means what?
Yeah.
We owe
It's
somebody.
a credit. Yeah. Credit
Credit
expenses.
balance. Yeah,
On 400, right?
yeah. Accounts payable 400.
Um,
The next one is revenues account. Revenues are
yeah.
incomes. So
Yeah.
incomes always credit side. See,
Credit
credit
side.
side. So revenues here
Yes. That is fine.
7,500.
Yeah. Yeah.
After revenues, we have one more account, wages account. Wages
Yeah.
2125.
Expenses.
Expenses. So
Debit side.
debit side 2125. Next account is
Right.
rent account. Rent account expense debit
Yeah.
side.
800. Yeah. 800.
Rent account 800.
800. Sorry.
Next account is utilities account debit side 450.
Mm-hmm.
Utilities
Account.
850. No, utilities is 450. Our trial balance does not
Mm-hmm.
match if we write like this. 450. Okay,
Okay. Yeah.
it is not 850, it is 450. Next, miscellaneous expenses account 275.
Sir,
Miscellaneous.
in this, in okay, if you go to that miscellaneous
Yeah,
expenses, can you go to that letter?
yeah, yeah.
It's okay with you.
Yes, it's here.
Okay. Now, it's saying the balance carried is 2750, right?
Oh, there is a zero. There is a spelling mistake. Pinto, typo error.
Okay. So now it's okay. So
Yeah.
we can balance that out. No?
Yes, yes. 275. 275. Next account is drawings account.
Expense. Okay.
Drawings account 2000. Debit side. Because drawings is an amount given by the business to the owner. So
Yes,
from
it's an
business point
expense.
of view,
It's
not
an
an
expense.
expense. It is like a advance given to the owner.
Okay.
Drawings means it's not a business expense. It is a amount withdrawn by the owner.
You will get it
Therefore,
back, right? So that's
yes.
why it's a credit.
Therefore, the owner owes to the business.
Yeah, so it should be going to the credit side, no? Because it's going to be an asset later.
Huh. It is an asset. Therefore, it is going to be debit side only. Drawings account should
Yeah,
be
yeah. Sorry. Yeah, and the debit side, correct.
debit side because we are going to collect it in the form of cash.
Okay.
Next account is what? Office expenses account 800.
Mm,
Office expenses 800.
correct. And the debit side.
800. Now let's see whether total matches or not. Total should match.
Fifty seven.
Yeah,
Okay.
matched.
Yeah.
Okay, this way it should match always. But these days it's not a problem. Why? Because system is generating everything. No, unless otherwise some entries are not posted, you will have always your trial balance match.
Okay.
The only thing is that whether the ledgers are posted properly or not, we need to check.
Mm-hmm.
This is about trial balance, Anish.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, you have any doubts in this?
Mm, okay, then. Only you need to be strong about the debit part and credit part so you can balance the ledgers.
Exactly, exactly.
Okay.
The
That's
golden rules of accounts are very, very important. Why? Because there itself will decide whether a particular account is to be debited or credited.
mm,
Yeah.
correct. You see, I understand the logics, but when it comes to applying it, there is what I fail.
In that
You
case,
know.
what you need to do is you share a dummy transaction with me where you are encountering the problem so that we can sort
Mm,
it out. And that will be a recurrence entry to you. Like, it's a very good, solution for you that the transaction, whenever it takes place, automatically you know in what way it is to be recorded.
correct.
Yeah, you can share with me that this X transaction took place like this, how it should be recorded, and what is the
Okay.
treatment.
Correct. Yeah, not at the moment. I don't have it right now. It's
Yeah,
in the
you can
office.
just have a make a note of it, and you can
Yeah,
discuss
sure.
with me. Most probably, all your FAQs will be answered.
Sure, sure,
Yeah.
sure. No problem. That'd be nice.
After the preparation
Okay.
of this trial balance as on 31st December, Anish,
Uh-huh.
we cannot
Yeah.
say that this is the right trial balance. Why? Because there are lots of provisions,
Okay.
lots of ending balances adjustments,
Mm-hmm.
some errors in the posting, etc., and
Okay.
some entries are suggested by the auditors. Okay,
Yeah.
so this is a pre-adjustment trial balance.
Okay.
This is a pre-adjustment trial balance which is used as a management report as on
Mm-hmm.
31st December.
Mm-hmm.
Once the audit is carried over, auditors will suggest us to pass some journal entries for adjustments
Mm-hmm.
on their findings. Then we need to pass those journal entries. Such a trial balance is called as, after the preparation of journal entries and all, the trial balance which we prepare is called as post trial balance, post adjustment trial balance.
Okay.
Post adjustment trial balance that is used for the finalization of accounts.
Okay.
Okay, so we need to have some month end processes, but before
Yeah.
that you need to be familiar with the transactions until the preparation of trial balance.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mm. Okay.
is it clear about journal entries and the ledger posting until the preparation of trial balance?
Yeah. Yeah. For the time being, yes.
Okay, okay. Shall I give you some transactions
Yeah.
to post?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so I will send you one exercise on your email for which you can prepare journals, post ledgers, and prepare trial balance in Excel sheet.
Okay.
Can you do that?
Yes.
Yeah. So I will be sending you an exercise. You can give it to me by tomorrow or max by Friday. Then we can go
Okay.
ahead with that.
Okay. But what time on Friday, sir?
Um, Tomorrow my class will